Hey, Sarah, what exactly do you think you're doing?
Huh? What do you mean?
I hear you've been visiting our family home quite frequently lately, sometimes even once or twice a week from what I hear.
Oh, that's what this is about. But I'm not just visiting for fun. I'm just worried about Stanley, so I've been bringing him some of our home-cooked meals. I've been managing to visit him around 3 times a week.
You're going there 3 times a week now? No wonder the neighbors told me they see you coming and going all the time.
Yes, I've been trying to make sure he has fresh meals. The doctor said it's important for his recovery.
Home-cooked meals? Really?
You know how your dad collapsed at the beginning of this year? He recovered pretty quickly and is still living independently, but lately he's been eating out all the time because cooking seems like too much hassle for him.
And what's wrong with that? Our dad has his pension and decent savings. He can afford to eat out every day without any problems.
But the doctor specifically said he needs to watch his sodium intake. Restaurant food tends to be quite salty.
So now you're monitoring his diet too? Isn't that overstepping?
I know he's financially secure, but I'm worried about his diet becoming unbalanced. That's why I started sharing our home-cooked meals with him.
I noticed you started right after his collapse. Quite the timing.
Of course, that's when we realized he needed more support.
So that's your excuse for trying to score points with him. The moment Dad collapses, you start sucking up to him. You're more calculating than I thought.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Don't play innocent. The timing is too convenient.
I really don't understand what you're implying.
You're after our dad's inheritance, aren't you? That's why you're desperately trying to get on his good side now. Home-cooked meals? Pretty obvious way to play the perfect daughter-in-law, don't you think?
What? No, that's not my intention at all. I'm just worried about Stanley, that's all. His doctor recently raised some concerns, too. If he keeps eating out like this, he might collapse again.
Oh, now you're bringing up his health as an excuse? How manipulative.
It's not an excuse. I have his medical report right here. His blood pressure and cholesterol are both elevated.
You even have access to his medical information? You're really overstepping your boundaries.
He gave us permission to keep all his reports here because David and I are the ones taking him to his appointments.
You don't need to try so hard to impress me with your perfect daughter-in-law act. That kind of sucking up won't work on me.
But that's really not what I'm trying to do.
Let me tell you something. No matter how much you try to play the perfect daughter-in-law, you're just an in-law. You're not his actual daughter, and you have no inheritance rights. Yet here you are, desperately sucking up for the inheritance. This is why I can't stand people from poor single-parent homes.
Excuse me?
What? You think I haven't noticed? I heard that you're bringing him food in Tupperware. I bet you're just using the cheapest ingredients, too.
The ingredients aren't cheap. I specifically buy organic vegetables because of his condition.
Listen up! No matter how hard you try to score points, it's all useless. Don't get greedy for Dad's inheritance when you're just a daughter-in-law.
Wait a minute. What did you mean by what you just said?
What?
That comment about being from a poor single-parent home. Have you always thought of me that way?
Why are you suddenly getting worked up? Kids from single-parent homes are usually poor. That's just common knowledge, isn't it?
Is that really how you've seen me all these years?
Of course. It's obvious from how desperately you try to fit into our family.
I can't believe this!
But you can't deny it, can you? When you two got married, your family couldn't provide any financial support. Meanwhile, our family gave $30,000 for the wedding expenses.
That's...
Your mother couldn't even afford a proper wedding gift. How embarrassing was that?
My mother worked 3 jobs to put me through college.
Well, $30K isn't much of a big deal for our family. Dad was an executive at his company, and Mom came from a CEO's family. Unlike your family, we're quite well off.
Yes, compared to your family, we might be poor, but even so, my mom raised me without letting me want for anything. You have no right to look down on my family.
Shut up, you poor single-parent family brat! I can see right through you. You got a taste of our family's wealth with that wedding, and now you're trying to get as much inheritance as possible.
I keep telling you that's not true.
Next, you'll tell me you're cooking his meals out of love? Please.
Yes, because I care about him. He's family.
I can't trust the words of poor people. I'll never let you get any of the inheritance. Don't get ahead of yourself just because you're a daughter-in-law.
I don't want his money. I just want him to be healthy.
Save your act for someone who'll believe it. Just stay away from our family home.
Hey, David, can I talk to you about something? It's about your dad.
Everything okay? Did something happen with Dad?
No, he's fine. I just saw him today, actually.
Oh, so did Dad say something? Did he complain about the food you've been bringing?
No, nothing like that. He actually always compliments my cooking, saying it's delicious. He eats everything enthusiastically, which makes me really happy to cook for him.
Yeah, I love your cooking too. Dad mentioned yesterday how much he looks forward to your meals.
That's sweet of him, but there's something else.
What is it? You seem worried.
Yeah, Rachel doesn't seem to like it. I'm wondering if I should stop bringing food over to Stanley.
What? Did my sister say something?
Rachel contacted me earlier. She thinks I'm just trying to score points for the inheritance, and she's not happy about it.
She said what? What exactly did she say to you?
She accused me of trying to manipulate your father, said I'm only bringing food to get on his good side.
What the hell? You're genuinely worried about Dad and cooking for him out of kindness.
Of course, I tried to explain that, but she wouldn't believe anything I said, and she seems to have issues with me being raised by a single mom.
What?
She brought up our wedding, how my mom couldn't contribute.
What?
You know how your family gave us quite a bit of help with the wedding? Well, my mom couldn't afford to help, and I think that's been bothering her. She thinks I got a taste of wealth, and now I'm trying to get as much inheritance as possible.
Are you kidding me? Is that what she really said?
She called me a gold digger, basically. Said people from single-parent homes are always after money.
What the hell is that about? She's being so disrespectful to you and your mom. Don't pay any attention to what my sister said. I'm really sorry she said such awful things.
David.
Has she always been like this? Has she said things like this before?
No. Well, maybe some small comments, but never this direct.
Dad and I are both so grateful for your kindness. Dad's actually been bragging to the neighbors about how delicious your cooking is.
Really? That's kind of embarrassing. It's just simple home cooking.
He told me yesterday how much he appreciates you thinking of his health. The doctor said his numbers are improving.
That's good to hear. I've been trying to follow all the dietary guidelines.
I'd really like you to continue if possible. Of course, if it's becoming a burden for you, you can stop.
No, it's not a burden at all. But are you sure it's okay to continue? What if Rachel says something again?
I'll talk to my sister. She has no right to criticize when she's not doing anything to help.
Are you sure that's okay?
Of course! Actually, I tried talking to her before about Dad's living situation, but she wasn't interested in helping at all. It's ridiculous that she's complaining when she won't lift a finger to help. As her brother, I want to give her a piece of my mind.
I had no idea.
Well, as his son, I was worried about Dad living alone too. I even suggested looking into assisted living facilities or meal delivery services. But my sister just said it was too much hassle and to let Dad do whatever he wants. She wouldn't even consider any options with me.
I see.
If we just let him do what he wants, he'll just keep eating out. And with that unbalanced diet, he'll end up collapsing again. But she just said that's just Dad's lifespan. What happens, happens. Forget about it.
What?
Can you believe she said that about her own father?
That's horrible.
It's like she's saying, just hurry up and die. That's why I was so happy when you offered to bring him meals. And now she has the nerve to hurt you like this. I can't forgive her.
Thank you for getting angry on my behalf. Thanks to you, all the sadness I was feeling earlier has disappeared.
You're the only one actually doing anything for Dad. She has no right to criticize you.
I just want to help him stay healthy.
Don't worry about my sister at all, okay? If she says anything again, let me know right away. I'll shut her up.
Thank you, David. That means a lot.
And Sarah, don't let her comments about your mom get to you. Your mom raised an amazing daughter.
Get out right now! I told you the funeral was for family only. Why is an outsider like you here?
I'm not an outsider. I've been helping care for Stanley for years now. Of course I should be here.
Nobody asked you to help. You just forced yourself into our family.
I'm your brother's wife. I'm family through marriage. Of course I should be at the funeral.
Huh? A daughter-in-law isn't family. Stop acting like you're his daughter. You're just an outsider.
I was there for him every week.
Nobody asked you to do that. You just wanted to look good.
How can you?
Because it's true. As a daughter-in-law, you don't even have inheritance rights. Yet here you are, pretending to be family at the funeral. You must be desperate for the inheritance, huh?
Even now, at his funeral, you're talking about inheritance? Don't you think you're being a little insensitive?
Of course! That's all you care about, isn't it?
Are you still saying that? I have no interest in Stanley's inheritance.
Yeah, right. Even after everything I said, you kept sucking up to him, visiting our house constantly with your home-cooked meals.
I was there when he needed someone. Where were you?
How dare you! I was busy with my career.
What's wrong with caring about Stanley when he was living alone? If you didn't like it, you could have done it yourself.
You think I had time for that? Unlike you, I have responsibilities. I'm too busy with work for that kind of thing. Unlike you with your half-hearted job hunting, waiting for my dad's inheritance money, I'm a career woman at a major corporation.
Is that why you couldn't visit him in the hospital?
Don't you dare criticize me! I was building my career!
If you're such a successful corporate worker, why won't you listen to anything I say?
Because you're just an opportunist. You saw Dad was wealthy and alone, and you swooped in.
I helped him because he needed it, because he was family.
I don't have time to listen to a greedy daughter-in-law's stories. Just get out of the funeral home. You don't belong here.
The other mourners are watching.
Let them watch. Everyone should see what kind of person you are.
It seems pointless to say anything to you right now, Rachel, and I don't want to cause trouble for the other mourners.
That's right. Get out, you gold digger. You're ruining my dear dad's funeral just by being here.
Fine, I'll leave.
Finally, and don't come crawling back.
And you know what? You're right about one thing.
What?
Maybe I shouldn't be involved with this family anymore, not with you acting like this.
And don't ever get involved with their family again! I bet you even married my brother for money! I don't want anything to do with a greedy woman like you!
Yes, I'll do exactly as you say. I won't ever bother you again, Rachel.
My, aren't you being obedient today?
But, in return, you have to promise not to get in touch with me either.
What?
This goes both ways. Complete separation. I don't want to cause any more unnecessary trouble or drama, so please promise to cut ties with me completely. Promise that you won't contact me either.
You think you can dictate terms to me?
It's a simple yes or no. Do you agree to cut ties completely?
I'll gladly promise that. I'd never want to contact someone like you anyway. As you wish, I'll cut ties with you and never interact with you again.
Remember those words. Now, if you'll excuse me, please have your family-only funeral.
Good riddance. Don't show your face around here again.
Trust me, you won't have to worry about that.
Hey, answer your phone right now. I know you're just sitting around doing nothing.
Didn't we promise to cut ties? You said you'd never interact with me again, so why are you calling?
Don't act smart with me. This is different.
How is it different?
Shut up. This is an emergency, so it doesn't count. More importantly, explain yourself right now.
Explain what?
You've been planning this all along, haven't you?
Planning what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. You knew everything, didn't you? That Dad left a will, and that you'd get my share of the inheritance. You knew all of it.
What? I'm getting your share?
Stop pretending. You must have known.
I had no idea about any will.
What the hell is going on? Why is my share as his daughter basically zero? And why are you getting my portion of the inheritance?
What? Was that really written in the will?
As if you didn't know, you orchestrated this whole thing.
I had nothing to do with Stanley's will.
Stop playing dumb. You must have convinced Dad to write it that way. You kept visiting and sucking up to him, begging him to write the will like this.
Stop it, Rachel. The lawyer explained it clearly yesterday. The will was written by Dad alone with the lawyer present. Sarah didn't know anything about the inheritance. It's not right to blame Sarah when she knew nothing about this.
Oh, is that David? You're just defending Sarah because she's your wife.
Don't try to twist this around.
Of course you take her side. You always do.
I'm not defending her, I'm stating facts. This morning, the lawyer brought Dad's will and read it aloud. Remember what he said? The contents of this will were written without anyone's influence. It was all done according to the individual's wishes.
That's because Sarah must have ordered Dad beforehand to write that he was giving her the inheritance of his own free will.
Do you even hear yourself? Dad wasn't some puppet.
She manipulated him with all those meals and visits.
Are you still saying that? You read the will thoroughly yourself afterward, right? You saw it was in Dad's own handwriting about not blaming Sarah for the inheritance distribution. It clearly said, Sarah knows nothing about this. This is entirely my own decision. I hope that you can all respect that.
That's...
And the reason was clearly written too. She's done more for me than my own daughter. This is my way of thanking her. Of course Dad would write a will like that. You never even visited him once when he was in the hospital, and you dumped all the hospital paperwork on me and Sarah. It's natural he wouldn't want to leave anything to such a cold-hearted daughter.
That was all because of work. I'm busy working at a major corporation every day. I didn't have any time to visit. You don't understand how demanding my job is.
Do you really think that excuse works? Sarah and I are both busy working every day too, regardless of the jobs we do. But we still made time to visit him. We thought about what we could do for Dad and actually took action.
My position is different. I couldn't just leave whenever I wanted.
Sarah managed her schedule to help Dad. She made it work.
That's...
You have no right to complain when all you did was criticize. You could have at least contributed money if you couldn't take action, but you didn't even do that.
Huh?
When Dad said he wanted to go on one last hot springs trip before his hospitalization, you didn't contribute a single penny. You said he has savings, so there's no need to pitch in. Even though you work at a big company and have a decent salary, you were so stingy.
I had my own expenses to think about.
While Sarah helped plan and pay for the trip. Doing nothing, contributing no money, showing no care. Who'd want to leave their inheritance to someone like that? Of course he'd rather leave it to a daughter-in-law who actively helped, contributed to the trip expenses, and showed she cared.
But that's just what a daughter-in-law should do anyway. She's family.
Wow. You really just said that? First you say she's just an outsider, now you're saying she's family after kicking her out of the funeral? And now suddenly she's family when it suits you? Rachel, you're quite the hypocrite, aren't you?
But still, it doesn't make sense, right? That his actual daughter gets nothing while his daughter-in-law gets it.
The lawyer explained this too, remember? Even though normally a daughter-in-law doesn't have inheritance rights, there's a special provision that allows non-family members who contributed significantly through caregiving to receive inheritance. You heard that explanation, right?
Yes.
Did you even read the part about how much Sarah helped him?
I skimmed it.
I won't accept any more complaints. Don't take out your frustration on Sarah just because you got almost nothing.
But I'm his daughter!
And you acted like it exactly never.
Sarah, I know this might be a long shot, but would you consider giving me about half of the inheritance?
Excuse me?
I've been thinking about it, and maybe we could work something out.
After everything you said at the funeral?
Well, I mean, even though it's Dad's will, that portion was originally supposed to be mine as his daughter.
You made your feelings about me very clear.
Look, I know I said some harsh things.
Harsh things? You kicked me out of the funeral.
I was emotional that day. You understand, right?
Emotional enough to call me a gold digger?
And I didn't mean to dump everything about Dad's care on you and your husband. I wanted to take time off and visit him, but as a woman, you understand how hard it is to take time off work, right? You know how the office atmosphere can be.
Didn't we promise to never interact with each other again?
That was different. This is about family matters.
Family? I thought I was just an outsider.
Huh?
I don't care about your excuses or forced persuasion attempts. Just keep your promise. Don't contact me when we've cut ties. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait, can't we discuss this reasonably?
Like how you reasonably discussed things at the funeral?
What? Wait a minute. This can't be happening. You won't even listen to what I have to say?
Am I saying anything wrong? That's what we promised.
But the situation has changed. The inheritance changes everything. Well, yes, but the situation is different now. Can't you be a little flexible?
Yes, the situation is very different. Now we're completely estranged, so there's no room for flexibility.
You can't just ignore your sister-in-law.
You made it very clear I wasn't family.
What?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have no reason to listen to someone who never listened to me back then.
This isn't fair. You're getting everything. Ha! That's not all. Even if we were estranged, I'm still your husband's older sister. Do you think it's okay to treat your older sister like this?
There's no hierarchy with someone I've cut ties with. Besides, David said I could handle this however I want.
David said that? My own brother?
He agrees that you crossed a line.
What?
This is really goodbye then. I'm blocking your contact information right after this, so this is probably the last time we'll speak. I have no intention of seeing you again, so take care.
You can't do this to me. I'm family. No, wait! Listen, with both parents gone and being cut off from my brother and sister-in-law, I'll be all alone. I don't have a kind daughter-in-law like Sarah who cared for Dad. I'm just a single career woman with no boyfriend. Sarah, are you there? Why aren't you responding? Huh? Did you really block me? This can't be happening. I can't even leave a message. No! Take back this cutting ties thing right now. You don't have to be this angry.
After that, not just me, but David also immediately blocked Rachel's contact information. Rachel kept getting lectured by relatives and people around her, saying things like, "It's all your fault," and "How dare you betray your father as his real daughter?" She finally quieted down after that. Later, Rachel said, "I don't want to be alone forever," and started seriously looking for a partner. However, her requirements were extremely high. A man 10 years younger than me. Of course he has to be handsome and kind. Must work at a major corporation. His parents must be very wealthy. And he must treat me like a princess. With such demanding conditions, she hasn't had any luck finding someone.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.